Happy hour, everybody. Here we are. It is the third Thursday in June, our third happy hour. We were on Sundays for so long. We're not on Sundays anymore because for 20 years I've been playing happy hour at Boundary Bay Brewery right here in Bellingham, Washington, in the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48. So we're carrying on the tradition, and I have come to understand that the beer garden is actually open, and you can go down to the beer garden. We're not there, but if you go down there, they are open, and we're blasting on the speakers. So hello to all my friends down there in the Boundary Bay Beer Garden. We look forward to when we can gather with you, but right now we're keeping it physically distanced. We're not using the word socially distanced anymore. We've learned about that. We are physically distanced. We celebrate the social distance as long as we could, but now we are just living with a little bit of physical distancing here. And we are broadcasting from the north side of Seaholm Hill in Bellingham, and I got, oh yeah, a little view of Mount Baker right there. The Mammals are our special guests. They'll be with us in a little bit. We got them hardwired. We ran a cable all the way from West Hurley, New York, all the way over here to Bellingham. So many wonderful things going on right now. The country's starting to move in a positive direction, and we're going to play our songs, but before we do, let it be known, all lives matter only when Black lives matter. We send our support to everybody who's been out in the streets and continues to be pushing the agenda. The Lady in the Bay sends the promise of being free. We feel the glow of the torch when our eyes can hardly see. You weren't born to be the master. I wasn't born to be the mule. When the law is holding us back, we get together and change the rules. Our grandchildren's grandchildren will inherit the earth and sun. We use our 20/20 vision to leave it cool for everyone. We're all on the same ship, ice melting, water rising, with all hands on deck, cutting carbon. I see a new sun rising. 'Cause I'm born to win, born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden State, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. Born to win, born to win. Tax cuts go to the wealthy, food stamps cut from the poor. After 40 years it trickled down. Not gonna let them trickle us anymore. Well, they can't afford the medication. Sisters killed in Iraq. Billionaires fly to the Bahamas in a limousine jet. Still we persist, and still we persist. Still we persist, and still we persist. You can only sleep in one bed, only sit in one chair. I see too many people living on the streets. Gonna have to help the billionaires share. 'Cause they're born to win, they're born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden State, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. Born to win, born to win. Freedom is access to health care. Freedom is no student debt. Freedom is breakfast and dinner. Freedom is a good night's rest. Freedom is being any color. Walk in every street without fear of violence. Working on your dreams. Freedom is clean air. Freedom is drinking clean water. We can do anything if we keep our heads together. 'Cause we're born to win, born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden State, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. We're born to win, born to win. Not me, us. No one can do it alone. Not me, us. It's not all about me. Not me, us. It takes millions of people. Not me, us. To fight for justice. Not me, us. No one can do it alone. Not me, us. It takes millions of people. Not me, us. To fight for justice. Not me, us. 'Cause we're born to win, we're born to win. Empire State to the Volunteer State, Old Line State to the Equality State, Keystone State to the Treasure State, Show Me State to the Golden State, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. We're born to win, born to win. All right, getting into it. Well, we're pulling ourselves together. I hope everybody enjoyed the new intro, everybody out there in TV land. We have a little bit of audience here, very, very safely spaced audience. Have some neighbors across the street there. They got the lawn chairs going on. We got some neighbors over there and some neighbors over there. Second tier neighbors moving in. Second tier neighbors were at their desk at the computer while we were setting up. They're working up until 5. Not easy to do with us right out here. We have the roar of the urban river. Interstate 5 is in the background there, but just imagine that it's the ocean. And then the TV audience, it actually is the ocean to the TV audience. That's a guarantee. And it's almost summer. We don't like to say that here. We just say it's nice today. We don't say things too early. It's a little early in this part of the country to say it's summer, because before too long it's it's going to be like it was on Monday, which was just very, very, very wet. Refreshing is the word I was looking for on Monday, and we're going to have some more refreshing times before summer gets here. Be embarrassing for this thing to go off in the middle of my own show. Let's just shut that down. This summer I went swimming. This summer I might have drowned. I held my breath and I kicked my feet. Moved my arms around. Moved my arms around. Summer I swam in the ocean, swam in a swimming pool, salt my wounds, chlorine in my eyes. I'm a self-destructive fool. I'm a self-destructive fool. This summer I did the backstroke. No, that's not all. I did the breaststroke and the butterfly, the old Australian crawl, the old Australian crawl. Summer I swam in a public place in a reservoir to boot. At the latter I was informal, at the former I wore my suit, wore my swimming suit. Summer I had jackknives and swan dice through all. Once when you weren't looking, I did a cannonball. I did a cannonball. This summer I went swimming. This summer I might have drowned. I held my breath and I kicked my feet, moved my arms around. Song from Loudon Wainwright there. Thank you very much. I think of that song this time of year for obvious reasons. I haven't gone swimming yet. Anybody out there gone swimming yet? Yeah, it's too cold here to go swimming just yet. I mean, we all went swimming if you went outside on Monday. I'm telling you, friends in other places, it was serious on Monday. Dave, are you able to jump in or do you need another minute?
Sure.
All right. When I rehearse in the wintertime, the rehearsal room is a place that is, sometimes it's a focus place and sometimes it's not focused, and just things happen and you fall into little holes, and there I am sometimes in January and I think, oh, that would be a good song for happy hour. Well, it's a long wait. This time, for the first time in 20 years this winter, I made a list of songs that I would like to remember when it comes time for happy hour. This is on the list, one song from the Waterboys. Lindsay was my first love, she was in my class. Loved to take her out, but I was too shy to ask. The fullness of my feeling I never made clear. But I sent her my love and a bang on the ear. Nora was my girl when I was first in a group. I still see her today, stirring chicken soup. Now she's living in Australia, married to an auctioneer. I send her my love and a bang on the ear. Broke my heart, and I the living fool. I met her one summer on the road to Liverpool. It started out in Fife but it ended up in tears. But I send her my love and a bang on it. The home I built with Bella became a house of pain. But we weathered it together, bound by the ball and chain. We thought it was forever, but it was over in a year. But I send her my love and a bang on the ear. Krista was a rover, from Canada she hailed. We crossed swords in San Francisco and both lived to tell the tale. Don't know where she is, but if I had her near, I'd send her my love and a bang on the ear. Still more. Thank you, song from the Waterboys. Played on my 1978 D35 Martin guitar with a post-factory bored-out sound hole. Sometimes I just love the way this guitar sounds. Most of the time I like it, but sometimes I just really love it. And that's David there. He's playing a German-made Bowron, and he started a fight once by telling our live stream to the Irish audience that the Germans make the best Bowrons. But the Germans who are also on the stream are very happy to hear about that. And ever since then, David hasn't said a word during one of these shows. You know, it's not true at all. David's been working very hard today. Everybody, we're going to raise a glass. David Bender-Loughlin, you know he's been working hard because he didn't have time to put on a vest. You know, this is absolutely as close as he could get to being his fully dressed self. Oh. I'm still on the Sunday schedule. Thursday comes and it's showtime. I'm going, wow, it seems kind of early. Well, that's happy hour. The reason happy hour is here is to remind us to slow down. There's more to life than work. So just go to happy hour. Father's Day this Sunday. To all the fathers out there. And to my father who's listening at home and my stepfather down in Seattle. This one especially for my dad who's up here in Bellingham with me, listening across town. It's from one of his favorite records, which is One Fair Summer Evening by Nancy Griffith. I could use a little spit on a red brick floor. Crazy old bar where Jim locks the door. Guitars are ringing, strings are gonna bend. Bust on the cheek to all my old lovers again. New England winter's been good to me. It's been warm, so give me good songs to sing. But I sure miss beneath the tongue. New York City brings out the stupid in me. Going crazy on this road, traveling alone. but the asphalt is burning tonight. Middle of the night, sure feels good when I cross that line. Tip my cup, all at the moon, the great white north. Honey, I'll be seeing you soon. One more stop down in Tennessee. The sweetheart there's waiting on me. Then he's back on the road kicking East Texas dust. Hit before the bright lights of Houston buzzing. Going crazy on this road, traveling alone, the asphalt is burning tonight. Crazy on this road, traveling alone, the asphalt is burning tonight. I could use a little spin on a red brick floor, and a crazy old bar where Jim locks the door. Bells are ringing, strings are gonna bend. Bus on the cheek to all my old lovers again. Bus on the cheek to all my old lovers again. Sometimes I could buy a house, and I don't even look. Sometimes I could buy a house, but don't get shook. Sometimes I could buy a house, but don't look up at the window. See if the light is on. See if the light is on. Sometimes I go down your street and I don't look for your car. Sometimes I go down your street and I don't look for your bike. Sometimes I go down your street, I got other things on my mind. I'm wondering where you are, wondering where you are. Sometimes I pour a glass of bread and I don't think about you. In the evening after dinner, I don't think about you. Later when the stars are shining, the wind is shining too. Put my head down on the pillow, think about you. Sometimes I get up and I feel pretty good. Sometimes I get up, it's understood. There's a lightness in my voice and there's a lightness in the air. The spikes, the shoes, the bricks on my feet, the yoke on my shoulder, harness to my ribs, pulling this cart of trash, full of this and that, dirty floors and photographs, phrases and fragrances, ocean breezes, mountain ranges, dinner times and night times, bread, bacon, and a broken oven, father's farm, sister's wedding, Marquette tourniquet, tambourine marionette, calf lammet, all of it, all of it down to the core, heavy laden iron ore, molecules and protons, night, the last breath. It isn't even there. It isn't even there. Ah, some neighbors showing up here. Really nice. Really nice. See the neighbors out here. What's going on in comment land, though? I guess we could have Philip be the comment monitor over there in the wings. Yeah. Now, I've just done something I'm not sure I'll ever do again, which is tell an audience member to get their phone out. I've spent a lot of years telling people to put their phone away, and now everything's different. Now, the phone is like just part of us, you know?
Well, Robert, I don't want to sell anyone out, but it's clear to my my viewing of the comments here that one of our audience members already has their phone out during the show. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but someone is commenting while also live viewing.
Okay, all right. I guess that's just what's going on. We are screen. Can we imagine COVID times if there had been no screens? COVID 30 years ago. Would we have all read more books and had more self-reflection and gotten more exercise? Or would we have all been lonelier and more disconnected? I'm looking forward to some comments on that there, actually. Very good.
Bill Chestnut says he's listening from Fremont, California.
Nice. Where is Fremont, California? Who knows?
It's in the Bay Area.
Bay Area.
I don't recognize Bill Chestnut. Maybe a long-time listener, first-time commenter.
Let's put this up in this key here. We do have the Mammals coming up in a little bit, but Dave and I are going to bang away on a few more tunes before we get to our friends. Actually, I thought we already had the wires strung, but actually we're running a wire all the way from Woodstock, New York, West Hurley, New York, all the way here, and I guess it's made it to the Cascade Mountains, and we have about 15 minutes, and they're going to get that wire all the way over here to the most northwest corner of the most northwest city, the most northwest state. Last summer, I believe this very week, 1 week ago, I was at a music camp called Voice Works over in Port Townsend. That I got the gig because Mike and Ruthie of the Mammals gave me the contact. I got the gig, and I was on faculty with Peter Rowan. You can't see the feather, but it's there. That is, I just like to show that off from time to time. Faculty, me and Pete, faculty. He played the song, and I loved it, so I learned it. We all live on a old mountain, old mountain so high. We all live on our old mountain, old mountain so high. I'm calling you. From my mountain to your mountain, from my mountain so high. From my mountain to your mountain, from my mountain so high. I'm calling you. From my mountain to your mountain, from my mountain so high. From my mountain to your mountain, from my mountain so high. I'm calling you. I'm calling you. We all live on our own mountain so high. We all live on our own mountain so high. I'm calling you. From my mountain to your mountain, from my mountain so high. From my mountain to your mountain, from my mountain so high. I'm calling you. Song from the great Peter Rowan, but it is happy hour after all, and you know, my internal voice always says, not too many ballads at happy hour. People came to be happy, Robert. Not everybody like you gets happy by listening to sad songs. Only the diehards. I know the diehards are in. I know they're not concerned, but you know, this is blasting in the Boundary Bay Beer Garden right now. There are people getting a burger and they're thinking, what a band, Mr. Ballad. So we're just going to get into the zone here. I'm going to use a little tequila to get in my zone. I'm not sure how you're going to get into your zone, but we're going to get into it a little bit here. Sort of, yeah, I'm not overdoing it. It's just a little bit of a vibration creation here. Thursday happy hour. Singing along is a problem these days, and that's hard for folk singers. So we have a limited audience here. We can't sing along because singing along gets the spit out, but we can just sort of like quietly say along. Quietly say along. No, but we're outdoors. That's good. That's good. And for those of you who know the show, you know that when I say time, you say schnapps. David's wife has seen the show many times, it's true. She usually won't be the first one, but she'll help us out when we need it, it's true. I'm acting as though I have a bunch of diehard fans here, pretending to my audience out there that it's really clear, but when they don't remember the call and response, David's wife will help us out, it's true. When I say time, you say schnapps. Oh, my baby, she loves to drink whiskey, Lord, she drinks it all of the time. Time, schnapps, time. Oh, my baby, she loves to drink whiskey, Lord, she drinks it all of the time. Time. Now, of course, a lot of people know, but I'm going to tell some people who don't know why it is that it is the way that it is. Because it used to be that when I said time, you said time, but it's not that way anymore. Ever since I started touring Germany, and I had a gig up in Cuxhaven by the sea in Jana's Jazz Bar, where there's absolutely no smoking allowed whatsoever. They told us very clearly at the bar. I played the gig there, getting ready for the gig. I was trying to follow a spiritual path. The bartender asked me what I wanted. If I had been in Italy, I would have said wine, but I was in Germany, so I said schnapps. And the bartender looked at me and he said, what kind? I said schnapps. He said, what kind? I said schnapps. He said, what kind? This went on for a while, then he gave me something, and it's pretty good. Drank it. I played a set of music to people who are not primarily English listeners. God love them. It's a long show when you can't hear any of the words. You know, when you don't understand the words, it's a long show. But they hung in there. They listened. I went at the set break, went up to the bartender, and I said, well, I'd like a schnapps. He said, what kind? I said, schnapps. What kind? I went back and forth, and then he gave me something, and it was pretty good. Played a second set, and then, as one might do after the second set was done, and I made my way back over to the bartender. Once again, we did this ritual. I was following the spiritual path. I wasn't in Italy, so I didn't order wine. I wasn't in Cuba, so I didn't order rum. I was in Germany, so I ordered schnapps. He said, what kind? He gave me something. And it was pretty good, and that's when I said to myself, this schnapps tastes pretty good. Tastes a lot like tequila. And that's when I realized the word schnapps in Germany means booze. The translation is booze. There are so many different kinds of schnapps. It does not mean one thing over there. It means many things. I was just going up to the bartender and saying, booze, please. Booze. Booze. I was really representing the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, most state and lower 48 on that one now, wasn't I? Where were we? Oh, my baby loves to drink whiskey, Lord. She drinks it all of the time. Time. But I love the way it feels with the whiskey lips on mine. But she don't want water. She don't want beer. No margaritas. Please don't bring any tequilas over here. She wants it in the morning, then late at night. Oh, a little drop of whiskey, yeah, a little glass of whiskey, one little glass of whiskey, Mike, I'll be feeling alright. Yeah, that was a good little horn there, actually, wasn't it? Do that again. Well, my baby, she tells me she loves me. Tells me all of the time. Time. Oh, my baby, she tells me she loves me. Tells me all of the time. Time. But I love the way it feels with the whiskey lips on mine. But she don't want water. She don't want beer. No margaritas. She don't bring any tequilas over here. She wants it in the morning and then late at night. Oh, a little glass of whiskey, one little glass of whiskey, yeah, a little glass of whiskey, like I'll be feeling alright. Ah, yes, well, as it is, as it has been, and as it will be, and as it might even be happening right now, time will turn into day. Oh, yeah. You think you're going to happy hour, but happy hour leads to dinner, and dinner leads to the after party, which leads to the after bar, which leads to the backyard party of your new best friends that you made at the bar, which leads to the basement of that house, and all of a sudden the sun's coming up, and you haven't smoked cigarettes in years, but it is pretty fun sometimes. You don't think that's happening right now, do you? And it's probably not, but it might be. It's happened before. So when I say day, you say... Oh, I went to my baby's house just the other day. Day. Oh, I went to my baby's house just the other day. Day. You better believe I got a bottle of whiskey along the way. She don't want water. She don't want beer. No margaritas. Please don't bring any tequilas over here. She wants it in the morning and then late at night. Just a little glass of whiskey, yeah, a little glass of whiskey, a little glass of whiskey, my gal, be feeling alright. Oh, Mike, you guys ready, or should I do another one? They're ready. All right, we got our friends, the Mammals. We finally got that cable run all the way. West Hurley is a town that doesn't exist anymore. It's now covered in water. There's a place that used to be called West Hurley. Some houses have that address, but the Ashokan Reservoir, the reservoir that serves New York City, all of its drinking water, is where my friends live. On the other side of the reservoir is Woodstock. I know you've heard of Woodstock, but they don't live in Woodstock. They live in West Hurley, and they're here now. Very welcome here on the kitchen table, happy hour edition. How are you, my friends?
We're all right, man. Thanks,
All right.
Robert. I like that song. That was pretty groovy.
Have you not heard that tune? I guess we haven't.
What's
done
that,
any-
dude?
Have you not heard my whiskey schnapps song?
No.
No. we
All
had
these
not
years,
heard it.
I never knew what schnapps meant until tonight. Thanks for educating us over here in the Hurl.
Well, as the Germans explained to me, oh, you want schnapps, that means you want corn with a K, nothing to do with C-O-R-N. But the real schnapps is actually made from fruit. I hope that clears things up.
Great. Well,
That sounds good to me.
it looks beautiful where you are, Robert.
It really
The
does.
sun is shining.
North side of Seaholm Hill.
I like your dark blue shirt. I went for light blue myself. We've had a nice stretch of weather here in West
Good
Hurley.
for
I've been down
vibration.
at the reservoir quite a bit. I know you mentioned swimming in the reservoir. Of course, that's strictly forbidden. We would never dream of doing such a
Don't
thing.
mention that on international television.
Yeah,
By
but we
swimming,
visit
you mean
frequently.
going down and gazing at, probably.
Exactly.
We do gaze upon it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it is worth noting that we're in the part of West Hurley that's not under the reservoir. It's not much to look at, but it's above sea level.
There have been some concerned friends, maybe you were amongst them, who were driving to our house to see that sign, former site of West Hurley, under a
Yeah.
line of water. But rest assured, that's just a piece of our local history. But we thought we'd do a West Coast song to get things started, try to connect the continent. Our record has come out since we did this last. When in April, we were your very first guest, Robert. Do you remember the date of that show?
I think it was March.
Was it March?
It
Wow.
would've- Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Well, we've all upped our game a little bit in terms of the technology and the sound, we hope. And our new record, Nonette, came out May 22nd.
It did.
And it happens to have a song on it called California. So we'll do a song that tips its hat to your time zone, if nothing else. I know there's some folks watching from California. This is one Ruthie wrote. Should we do it?
Yeah, what do you say?
All right. Well, I'm happy to hear it. So I'm going to set you free for 3 tunes, stretch my legs, and then we'll be chatting after that.
All right, see you soon.
All right. We took Robert really literally when he said across the kitchen table, and we sat up here at the kitchen table where we've sat with Robert many times. And it's just such a pleasure to be here with all of you guys watching. Thanks for being there. I know Katie's out there, and Tom, Clay, and some other folks who we know and love, I'm sure. All right, this song's called California, and it's fun to sing along if you want to at home. We hope you will.
It's from the record Nonette.
Here we go.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have a party California style, with fresh cut flowers and fruit right from the vine. Gonna write some letters to some friends of mine and tell them all to come down here for a while. Come on down, California. Feel the warm air on your skin. Come on down, come on down to California. Everybody, come on in. Now there's a softness in the woods at night, a mystery sliding through the trees, and then the promise of a golden day as the sunlight warms the ocean breeze. Come on down to California.
California. We should send that one out especially to Cloud Moss and our friends at the Kate Wolf Festival, who just today announced that they're going virtual. In lieu of doing no festival, they're going to take it online. Cool. We're going to be a part of it. It's the last weekend of June. We were supposed to be in California a lot this month, but
yep.
Things have changed.
Right now we would have been on an island in Maine.
That's right. That's another camp that went virtual. Our friends Kristen Andreasen and Laura Cortese.
And Lauren Balthrop.
They host a camp in the middle of Lake Winnipesaukee that I was at in year 1. And we were going to be there as a family, but they took it online as well. They decided very late in the game to go virtual. And the instructor concert for that experience is tomorrow night.
Cool.
We'll be doing a song or two for that as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of these things. They are virtual in a way, but they're also real.
Right, yeah, that's not virtual.
I really had to take a shower. So this is real as it gets here. There's been a Wednesday walk for Black Lives in Kingston. That's been a thing that's been happening up the road in Kingston, New York. Maybe some of you guys out there have some ongoing marches going on in your big and small towns.
Sorry about that.
I think, Kingston's a city, a lot bigger than West Hurley, but a small city, but with a lot of heart. Really proud to know a lot of people who are doing that. And so I think in 2 weeks there's another one. And we'll be there. And that'll be real. That's like the only thing to really get us out of the house. We did do one other thing out of the house, which is sometimes I go to the Ashokan Center up the road, and participate in this show called Ashokan Hello. It's also on Wednesdays, and it's a live broadcast where we do like nature lessons and music and cool stuff for all ages. So if you want to know more about that, message us. It's pretty cool. It's and the other thing was we went and did a live radio thing. Remember that?
How could I forget?
We went to this station called WKZE, and we love them very much. And we went and tried to do a thing where they ran the microphone out the window. Anyway, everybody's doing really creative stuff, and I give props to everybody trying to solve these problems. We've got a festival coming up at the end of August, and we don't quite know how we're doing it yet, but we're having fun solving that problem one little piece at a time.
We're going to do something, that's for sure. The summer hoots.
That's right.
So even if you are all the way out in Bellingham or on the West Coast, you can take part. That is one of the upsides of this virtual summer, is that you can chime in wherever you
all
wherever
around
you are.
the world.
Yeah. Did you want to do If You Could Hear Me Now?
Oh, okay.
As maybe
Sure.
A lot of people have discovered this song in light of current events, especially.
I'm always jealous of Robert's flowers, so I gotta have some flowers. There we go. Some real West Hurley floral arrangement there.
Another California friend, our friend Kristen Quint, was really moved by the song, and then really. Like all of us, just devastated by the George Floyd murder. And so she took it upon herself to make a video, which she had never done before. Cracked open the old iMovie and put some really stirring images along to this song. And I was grateful to her for putting the energy into that and using our music as the backdrop. I think a lot of people found something in common with the sentiment expressed here. So it's called If You Could Hear Me Now.
could hear the words that I'm thinking about a world on fire, good thoughts lost in the mire, and it seems like no one's listening. If you could see me now, if you could see me somehow, if you could see the world where we're living, where the money's in charge and the black coal barge, and there's no more fish to be fishing. If you could hear me now, if you could hear me somehow, if you could hear my soul is screaming that we are one in the land of the sun, and there's no more fear of dreaming.
Right where you're sitting, Ruthie. Right in that chair at the kitchen table.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, indeed.
That's pretty cool.
In the middle of that, I was sort of monitoring on my phone over here, and it said broadcast interrupted. So I just want to make sure we're still broadcasting.
Is that for real?
Yeah, it looks like we're good.
All right.
Someone said, "Whoa, that was an amazing song." Thank you, thank you. Oh, someone else said the stream will be back up shortly, so maybe something got cut out, but it seems like
Yeah.
we're here now.
Either way.
Oh, good. You're such a professional. Cool. Yeah, we'll do one more, and then we'll pass it back to Robert. Maybe we'll stay on theme. You want to do Baby Out of Jail?
Oh, sure.
Ruthie mentioned the marches in Kingston that have been really powerful. I took my daughter Opal yesterday.
Our daughter.
Our daughter, that's right. And Opal, I guess she came to the climate march with us. It wasn't her first march. Certainly her first march during a pandemic. But it was powerful. It was powerful. And this song grew out of the civil rights movement of the 60s. It was written by Len Chandler, who performed this with Bernice Regan of Sweet Honey in the Rock. I've discovered it on the Smithsonian Broadside Collection, Best of the Broadsides, that I believe, Ruthie, you got me for Christmas
I think I did.
one year. It was my favorite song on the whole 6-disc collection. And Len wrote it in response to a story he heard about an African American woman who was pregnant and went into labor and went to the nearest hospital, so the story goes, which happened to be a white hospital. And she was arrested for trying to give birth in a white hospital. Ended up giving birth to the baby in jail. And he wrote a song about that called "I'm Going to Get My Baby Out of Jail."
would call some lawyer fees and something like a fine. Oh, I'm gonna get my baby I'm gonna get my baby out of She said she wasn't guilty and she wouldn't pay no bail. I'm gonna get my baby.
There it is. Len Chandler's I'm Going to Get My Baby out of jail. Robert, we pass it back over to you, buddy.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
We love you.
Yeah, round of applause here, everybody.
Hey.
Through the line, that long line going to West Hurley. Maybe they can, Mike and Ruthie can hear you. Sounding good. Sounded great. Nonette, the new record from the Mammals. Everybody, get a hold of that through your device, through the well, I guess you can't walk down to the record store, but you get it through the device, and then you go on the line and you slip them a few digital dollars. Mike and Ruthie, are you accepting Vigi dollars? Well, yeah, I've got a thumbs up there on the Vigi dolls. David, sneak it back in when you can after this. Speaking of jail, the bicycle cops are turning on the lights. The drunks in the aisle are staying out of sight. The couples holding hands, it's starting to snow. So many destinations, places to go, they don't want to go. The van backs up, loading the papers. Some smoke hashish, others breathing the vapors. Baker's baking bread's got a song in his head. Angel from Montgomery and crystal meth. The old waitress thinks he's cute, but he's really not a type. She's going out with somebody's husband tonight. She's not talking about it, not saying a word. Somebody's keeping a secret. Pretend they never heard. On the civic Christmas tree, the lights that are blue, just like the ocean, my heart, the Smurfs, our first season together, being apart. I haven't kissed you since August, now the days are getting longer. You're in another man's arms, far away from here, smoking strong whiskey, credit cards, fear. You've taken your jacket off, you draw your shoes, but he doesn't see you like I do. You're not talking about that anymore. Last time I brought it up, you walked out the door. You're not talking about it, not saying a word. You're keeping it all wrapped up real tight. I'm supposed to pretend that I never heard. Tom, yeah. Well, the choppers went low and the guns opened up. The bullets flew and the people got shot. It all was captured on videotape. One brave soldier helped the footage escape. Chelsea Manning stepped up, spread it round. They brought Manning down and they took her down. 23 hours in isolation a day. She said, pray for my captures on New Year's Day. Started talking about it. Stop missing words. Sits in isolation. Soul rolls with birds. All right, we're on jail songs. I wonder if M&R got another jail song. I bet they do, but I'm not sure if that's what they're going to do. I could see them in the view there that they had something up their sleeveless sleeves.
Hey guys.
It was laid
We're
back.
not going to sing about jail.
We already did that. We started that round.
We're going to start now the depression round.
Right. This is one especially for the folks at Boundary Bay.
Oh man, yeah. So, you know, like I mentioned, we go out and do some stuff now. You know, we do it safely. But there was a period there for like, you know, a couple months we really didn't do a dang thing except like every 9 or 10 days, like a really intense trip to the store. I feel like things have sort of lulled into a bit of a more of a balanced routine. I still don't know what's ahead.
So my question, Ruthie and Mike, has it been a short time or a long time since the last time we got together? In a word, short or long?
That's a trick question, Robert.
You mean via the devices or when you were standing in our kitchen?
Well, actually, it was only about a week in between the last time we physically saw each other and the last time we did this. But does it seem like a long time we've been locked down, or does it seem like a short time we've been locked down?
Well,
I think the musician experience is unique, isn't it? Because we spend so much time far flung, and then we retreat to our homes, and this almost feels like, in some ways, and I don't want to belittle the situation because I know it's a global pandemic, but it's almost a gift in some ways for those of us who are always hustling and driving and booking and promoting and calling and loading in and driving late at night. It's been a respite in many ways. Certainly we've been doing plenty of work at the home front, but
like sleeping more predictably.
Sleeping more predictable hours, spending a little bit more time with the kids, walking down to the water's edge. And so that, in that regard,
Spending way less time in like truck stop.
But
right,
has it been a
To curbside concerts around Woodstock where you you sign up on her website and she comes to your driveway or your backyard.
We're back up, everybody.
hey David, should I reshare the new link? Is that the deal?
It's the same link as before.
Oh, it's the same one. Fantastic.
High tech.
got that going? Yeah, shout out to Amy Helm, who's got her own thing going. If you want Amy Helm to come sing at your house, she'll do it. She's not coming in your house,
You gotta
though.
be in New York.
And you gotta be. She's not coming to Bellingham. But she's very welcome
It's
anytime.
live streaming either.
She's
She
not live
wants to drive
streaming.
up the road about a half mile and play to someone's backyard, just like you're doing over there, Robert, only without the technology.
Turns out you can play music to people in your yard. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I have another friend named Amber Black. Maybe she's watching. She's been doing little back porch concerts at her house. She invites a band to come and play like 20, 30 minutes, not long enough that they might have to use her restroom. And then they go home. And her whole backyard faces, I think, enough backyards that about a dozen people end up watching. So.
Oh, we got double that here.
Awesome.
Why do I have to show off? You know, that's shame on me.
Oh,
What's
Robert,
your-
we miss you so much. This
Miss
is so
you.
cool. Watching this series, seeing all the interesting and cool musicians that you pull in to sing across the table with in all different parts of the country and stuff, I think it's a really great thing. I'm glad you stuck with it. You know, come up with an idea and stick with it. That's kind of your thing.
And you're going to explode this concept to include many more Bellingham backyards for the Jamboree, I understand.
Jamboree is on. Jamboree is on. It's the Jamboree is in your backyard. So for the very first time, people in West Hurley can attend the Jamboree just as easily as people on the north side of Seaholm Hill. So the Jamboree is coming through a screen towards you. We are in discussion to be on BTV, Bellingham Television. So you don't even have to get on the net. You can just turn on your TV. Of course, I don't know anyone who owns a TV, so there's very confusing about that. But we're going on the TV, and next week I should be able to go public with where our broadcasting location is, but as of yet, can't. Well, it's not. It may not be happening from there, and I don't want to get my own hopes or your hopes up. All to say, how about another song, and I'm going to shut up.
Should we sing something there? All right, we've got your volume a little low, so. But I think you just said we should sing something, so we're gonna do it. All right. This is, as I said, this begins. This is a song about just feeling pretty low, and I wrote this song somewhere in March after reading a legit, like, truthful Facebook post by a friend of mine who was battling some dark feelings, and I thought, yeah, that's my favorite kind of Facebook post, the real ones. I don't really need to be cheered up. Maybe it cheers me up to see that real stuff. I love it so much. Anyway, so here it goes. It's called Mama Don't Feel Good. Doesn't really need much of an introduction, I hope. Mama don't feel good. She's just staring at her phone, sitting right across from me. But I still feel so alone. She don't like loud noises, and she's tired after 3. I try not to scream and yell when she gives that look to me. Mama don't feel good. She lets her troubles in. I seen her crying. She says ignorance is the bigger sin. Mama don't feel good, but I can hug her when she cries. I know it's not my job to wipe my mama's eyes. Mama don't feel good, and I know on the ocean, running through my dreams. All the worlds of the sails are full and they're pulling in.
tune. I think, you know, of all your tunes, there's a category.
It's one of those ones.
Yeah, and they're my favorite. I love the one about your mom smoking a little pot. And
What's that?
And for the audience, it's just a little bit. Like, you can, like, just ask my mom. You can still smoke a little herb and everything's going to be all right. You know, I love that song. I get... Mike and oh shit, battery. No, that's just a battery. I think we're on. I don't know.
I'll fix that.
I've lost the visual, but Mike and I met these two 25 years ago, and so when they're making a new record, sometimes they give me a preview, and sometimes my favorite songs don't make it on the record, and so maybe that'll encourage Mike and Ruthie to play my favorite song next. But it's Father's Day, so I'm going to go a different direction. They're going Mother's Day. I'm going Father's Day here. Are we live, David? Is everything rolling? Are we on? All right. Poor David's working hard tonight, man. It's not been an easy one. 2 signal drops. We're at his house. And he's in the band. I mean, this is not easy, you know? Father's Day. Father's Day on Sunday. This song comes from my father, Peter Blake. Sun was just breaking with the Montana Rockies, past Anaconda, headed back east. Coming into view, backside was aching, though I've been welded right there to the sea. Finding a place in Butte, Montana at 5 a.m. isn't easy to do. But I saw the neon with some trepidation, figured that it just would have to do. I was thinking, isn't it amazing what they're doing with plastics? If I had known better, I'd have thought it was wood. And the whole world's changing, and I know it scares you. I know you'd stop it if only you could. She was sitting at the edge of a full mic account, gazing at the blender with a soulful blank stare. Her pantsuit was made of checked polyester, clung to her bulge, just set off her white hair. She ordered coffee when no one was looking, took out a pint from an oversized purse, poured out a strong, replaced the bottle, took a long pull and let out a little curse. I was thinking, isn't it amazing what they're doing with plastics? If I had known better, I'd have thought it was wood. And the whole world's changing, and I know it scares you. I know you'd stop it if only you could. My omelet came. It was made with Velveeta. I wondered if the eggs had ever been laid. She got up from the counter, walked over to my table, carrying a photo of one of her better days. There were 4 people in that black and white photo, 2 in the uniform of the Army Air Corps, and 2 young women. I guess she was one. That was the night before they all went to war. She talked like the years that came after, and the young man who never came home, and how all the good times are now most the bad times, but she can't get over feeling alone. I was thinking, isn't it amazing what they're doing with plastics? If I had known better, I'd have thought it was wood. And the whole world's changing, and I know it scares you. I know you'd stop it if only you could. watched her rise slow, slow, counter to the floor, and then over to me. I tried to listen, but she wasn't quite talking. Wandered back over to her counter seat. Back to the counter. She forgot about the coffee. Poured out another one stronger than before. Took a long pull, then told the waitress nothing is worth a damn anymore. Waitress nodded. Made some more coffee. Wiped up spill from off the floor. I got up from my table. She laid her head on the counter. A wave, she smiled, and I walked out the door. I was thinking, isn't it amazing what they're doing with the plastics? If I hadn't known better, I'd have thought it was wood. The whole world's changing, and I know it scares you. I know you'd stop it if only you could. Back on the road, leaving Butte, Montana. The sun was now full up in the sky. Toyota bounced cracks in the pavement. I thought of her there and I started to cry. I was thinking, isn't it amazing what they're doing with plastics? If I hadn't known better, I thought it was wood. The whole world's changing and I know it scares you. I know you'd stop it if only you could. Song from my dad, Peter Blake. Happy Father's Day, Dad. I'll give you a call. We're going to get together on Sunday. Just don't quite have the plan together yet. And love you very much. And I'm getting a signal from David that we're not quite ready to go back to Mike and Ruthie. I'm not sure if that means I'm doing another tune or not. Yeah, it means I'm doing another tune. Turns out I know another tune, so this is going to work out fine. There's something going on with the internet tonight. We can't keep up the signal, that's right. There's something going on between West Hurley and here, my dear. There's something going on, we can't keep it going, but we're gonna keep the show rolling. My friends Mike and Ruthie, they forgive me, it's true. Oh, the signal may be going down. There's no going down between the love for me and you. Come visit you this summer way upon that farm in New Hampshire. I won't stay long. I'll stay out your way. Just wanna see you smile on a green summer day, and there's a river. We can go swimming, take off our clothes, have a new beginning, watch the earth fall from our fingers and toes. Lay out on flat river stones in the sun's gleam. Fallen trees, kisses so sweet. Can I go back to your arms again? where my heart has always been. Can I crawl into the cracks of your smile? Run my hand down your back a while, where the eyes are the ones I know, where I laid so long ago, where the arms are the ones I've seen. Mountains white, mountains green, with the songs these flowering trees. I miss you so Yes, my love, you can come and see me. Though again I know you'll leave me, our hearts can only been so long. There's a reason why you've been gone to the rivers, the mountains and the hills, late night parties, the daffodils, the inside passage, the Mackinac, where you became part of all that you saw of the sun's beams. Flowering trees, kisses so sweet.
That's one of my favorite RSB songs.
Yo, back a while! That's our favorite.
Go back and all.
Back and all. We love all that stuff.
I love that song, Robert. And in the middle of that, when we were trying to get back online, I had to look up David's phone number, and it's a 603 phone number, which is near and dear to me as a kid who grew up in New Hampshire. Yes. That gave me a little flutter in my heart.
I think that might be what's happening with this signal, is that you're going from West Hurley to Bellingham, back to Kittery, back to here. That might be actually where we got kind of mixed up.
Adbury.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I see a little uke there.
I do have this little uke. It's a banjo uke. And in fact, my friend Katie, who cooks backstage at the Summer Hoot,
Oh, I know her well.
this year we'll be doing some sort of virtual cooking workshop on Zoom or something. She just bought this exact same one. But she really likes my uke, and she was asking about it. This is the Glee Club ukulele. And
Sounds very 1960s prep school.
What's that?
I said it sounds very 1960s prep school.
The Glee Club. I know, it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little nerdy. Yeah, but it's great. And she got hers online, and she's excited. It has the resonator still on it. I took mine off to be all hip and open back. Came with a resonator on it. I have a little, if you can see, a little pickup in there. So, when we rock out with a band, I can plug it in. It makes a real mean
bark.
Real mean bark. Right now it's just in its kitchen mode. Is that a car going by?
Yeah, on the Interstate 5. Must be a
I
big
can
one.
hear your interstate.
Yeah. It goes all the way from Vancouver to Tijuana.
Now that sounds like fun.
After 3 months of being homebound, it does sound like fun. And I don't think it used to sound like fun to me and you. Like, yeah, Vancouver to Tijuana. Like, why would you do that? Well, that's like, yeah, the road is fun.
Robert, if we ever get out of this pandemic, should we do like a collaborative tour from Vancouver to Tijuana?
The problem, yes, we should.
Yes, and
But I'd like to do it not on the I-5.
That's a deal. In your grandpa's Grand Marquis, preferably.
I miss it, man. The Marquis gone. Do you know that?
I presumed as much, but I tell you, when we borrowed that vehicle for our home roots tour from Calgary to Vancouver, we listened to your Blonde on Blonde cassette exclusively, probably about 70 times. Just when it's on tape, man, it never gets old. All those rough edges get smoothed out, and nothing sounded better.
I was listening to Dylan yesterday, as the case may be, and you listen to "I Want You," and it's amazing. It's like using upbeat tempo was the lesson I learned. Like, so often you want to really feel the soul of the tune. That's a cooking little number, but a very morbid lyric.
even has a do-do-do-do in
It
it.
has a do-do-do-do.
Right? Is that the one?
We're doing concerts and sort of pontifications here this afternoon. I'm going to pass it back to you.
Robert, he's a song and dance man, don't forget.
Hey, don't forget the greatest song that he wished he had written was by the Eagles.
Which song was that?
All the Pretty Maids.
It's an album cut that no one's heard of.
Yeah, exactly.
It was in an interview he did recently. Robert and I were texting about it, having some laughs at the bard's expense. Of course, Bob has a new record coming out, I believe, tomorrow. Rough and Rowdy Ways. And
Nice segue.
I don't know if you know, but it's... I presume it's a 10-song album, but the first single, Murder Most Foul, the 17-minute epic, is on its very own disc. It's separated from the rest of the album, so I've read.
Disc meaning like CD?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
And certainly LP.
CD single.
Yeah.
Epic.
Epic. Yeah. Should we play another one?
Yeah, get into it. Give him some music here.
This next one has got a nod to Bob.
You say 10-song album, eh? Everyone's doing it.
Well, that took us a long time to get a 10-song album. All our records have been sprawling affairs, but this artwork, I'll have you know, Bellingham, was done by your own Carly James of Bison Bookbinding. She really delivered the goods here. Every song has its own individual artwork arranged in a tarot formation. Ruthie did the reading last week to see what is behind this reading. And so I want to send this out to Carly. The song's called Radio Signal. Of course, the internet is just a radio signal. And we learned through Carly that stars also put out radio signals in the form of lights. The first song is a nod to Bob. All those answers that are still blowing in the winds. The second verse speaks to my favorite writer, Daniel Quinn, author of Ishmael and Beyond Civilization. So many other great books. I think verse 3 sticks with Daniel Quinn, and then verse 4 we hit Pete Seeger. Lessons I've learned from all these great people. There's a wind. On by, and sure the answers in it to those who hoist up their kites. Well, they're bound to get caught up in it.
I think you're going to close every concert you do for the next 10 years with that song. I really think you are.
Good idea. Let's hope we play some.
And for good reason. I'm not going to ask to open up, but when you're playing Madison Square Gardens, I would like to go backstage for the buffet. You know. And that,
From your mouth to God's ear.
you know. These two actually got, well, it didn't exactly get me in backstage to Madison Square Gardens, but they got me the ability to buy a ticket to go to Madison Square Gardens to watch them on stage. Which
Next time we'll
sounds
do
like it's
better.
not that big of a deal, but it was a big deal, and we got to be there. Was it Pete Seeger's 90th birthday party?
Yeah, and I think there were like 140 musicians backstage.
So the buffet was like just a mess. There probably wasn't much buffet.
Pretty wild. I remember my favorite short story is just Willie being a baby, 18 months old, and crying about probably a new tooth coming in or something. And we come around the corner, and Chris Christopherson just happened to be there, saw a crying baby, and played a harmonica to cheer him up.
Must be rough to be Willie.
Yeah, he doesn't remember that. And then the next person he ran into a little ways down the hall was Oscar the Grouch was there, singing Garbage, 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 that great Pete song.
Willie,
Well,
Do you know that song, Robert? I feel like you would do that
Well,
well.
fill in the world with garbage. Yeah.
Yes. He orders steak and baked potato.
that's all you got?
I don't know. That's my favorite part. What is that? How does that verse go?
You know, I'm going to segue into another Pete story. We're doing the Clearwater Festival this Saturday. The 20, not
20.
Virtual
Is it?
clear water.
It'll be more than 20. Virtual Clearwater.
No, on June 20th.
On June 20th, right? That's right. And I remember being at a Clearwater years ago with Pete and Tao, and everyone was clamoring for an encore. And they went back and they did the shortest song I ever heard. Do you remember this?
Did they do chicken?
It was this. Let's see if I can remember. Here we are, knee deep in garbage, shooting rockets at the sky. That was Pete's encore. That was it.
It's like a haiku encore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah. That 90th anniversary, 90th birthday you spoke of. That was an epic night. I think you and I saw the sun come up that night with Jefferson Hamer and some other folks. I, of course, was not only singing Union Maid with Ruthie on stage with Billy Bragg and Dar Williams, but I was Pete's guitar and banjo tech as well. And I'll never forget being under the bleachers at Madison Square Garden when people were clamoring for that encore. Just me, Pete Seeger, a whole lot of dust, and a digital tuner. And my job was to keep Pete in tune with the other 139 musicians. This is a man who performed solo for the last 65 years of his life. We had a good chuckle over that when my digital tuner fell apart in my hand and fell to the floor and battery rolled away. He was well in control of his instrument, much more than me.
We've got to say goodbye, but not before I say thank you for being on the show, and I miss you. And I was playing along with you on that last one, and that was kind of cool.
I saw that.
And
Yeah.
I owe Willie such a debt of gratitude because he needed Ruthie's attention that night. So I got to go to the after party with a laminate badge that said Ruth Unger on it, but it got me in.
While I was in some weird apartment lactating.
Yeah, so Willie has always had
I know
my
some of you
respect
feel
for that
me.
moment. I made it to the after party. I got to do a couple more songs, and the show's going to be over, so I have to say goodbye. I love you, and I
Love you,
I
Robert.
told
Love you,
myself
Bellingham.
Thanks, David.
Mike and Ruthie, the Mammals, and I just want to say it costs you nothing to go to their Facebook page and press like. It costs you nothing to go to your iTunes, Spotify, and put them on your playlist. So please do that. They made a great record, and that's the Mammals. And it does cost you things to go to their Patreon and give them a little money, and that's a wonderful thing too, because we don't want them to go work at Walmart. We want them to keep playing banjo, because there's not that many people who are willing to play such a small banjo. So we really appreciate that about them. Love you both. I'm looking at the camera and I'm looking at you over there for the real screen. All right? I told myself I wasn't going to do this, but I can't help it. I just can't help it. All this talk of Dylan. And I can't do it. David, do you want to jump in with me this week? Tomorrow, Bob Dylan releases his 37th or 38th record, and it's so good. My neighbor was playing Murder Most Foul yesterday while I was trying to get something done, and I couldn't get anything done for at least 20 minutes because it takes 3 minutes to recover from listening to that 17-minute song. Ain't it just like the night to play tricks when you're trying to be so quiet? We sit here stranded, though we're all doing our best to deny it. And Louise holds a handful of rage, tempting you to fight. Lights flicker from the opposite lawn. In this room, the heat pipes just call. The country music station plays soft, but there's really nothing to turn on. Just Louise and a lover so entwined. Visions of Johann, they've conquered my mind. The empty lot where the ladies play blind man's bluff with a keychain. The all-night girls, the whisper of escapades out on the D train. Hear the night watchman shake his flashlight, ask, is it me or them who's really insane? Lights. Uh-oh. What is it?
Lights flicker.
No, that was the last verse. Uh-oh. I wish Miranda was here right now. He would know. Let's just back up and hope for a better transition, all right? We're going to have to do the whole second verse again, though. I was so in the moment of the first half of the second verse, the second half evaded me. Where were we? That's right. You can hear the night watchman shake his flashlight, ask, is it really me or him that's insane? I got it! And Louise, she's all right, she's just near. She's delicate, it just seems like the mirror. This makes it seem so concise and so clear that Johanna's not here. The ghost of electricity calls in the bones of a face. These visions of Johanna, they have taken her place. The little boy lost, he takes himself so seriously. He brags of his misery, he likes to live dangerously. And we're bringing her name up, speaks of a farewell kiss to me. We sure got a lot of call to be so useless and all, and uttering small talk at the wall while I'm in my hall. Oh, how can I explain? It's so hard to get on. These visions of Johanna keep me up past the dawn. outside the museum, infinity goes up on trial, saying this is what salvation must be like after a while. Lisa must have had the highway blues. You can tell by the way she smiles. See the primitive wallflower queen and the jelly-faced women all squeeze, and the one with the mustaches, geez, I can't find my binoculars hang from the head of the mule. These visions of Johann make it all seem so cruel. Father now speaks, the countess who's pretending to care for him. Say name me someone's not a parasite. I'll go out and say a prayer for him. But as Louise always said, he can't look at much man as she herself prepares for him. And Madonna, she still has not shown. See the empty cage now corrode, with a cape of her stage once has flowed. The peddler he now steps to the road, says everything must be returned which was owed. From the back of a fish truck that loads where my conscience explodes. Skeleton keys, harmonica plays, skeleton keys in the rain. These visions of Johann are all that miles barbed wire, got a cobra neck for a necktie. Take a chance on me, Arlene. Oh, do we love? Who do we love? Who do we love? Who do we love? Happy hour! Happy hour! Mike and Ruthie joining us all the way there from West Hurley. We've got a convertible that has just pulled up across the street. That's an unusual sight here in the most northwest corner of the most northwest city, the most northwest state. It's kind of like walking around without a hat. A convertible. I'll go convertible for this last number myself. Some songs you write, some songs just fall out of you. This one fell out. It was just the facts on the table as they presented themselves to me. When the child was born, who would make it so that I got to go to the after party for Pete Sears' 90th birthday party? Mike and Ruthie had a baby. Call that baby William Park. He was born last November. World sang love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. I remember Vancouver, walking on the western shore, clouds splashing the ocean, waves crash more, 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 more. They made it back to West Hurley, headed all the way back home. The baby inside, they would go, go, go. Dow came in and stripped the paint. Dow came in and it turned white. Dow came in and it left not a trace of vinegar and turpentine. Dow came in with its tricky fingers. Dow came in with its fickle tongue. Dow came in and my heart faltered, forgot the lines it sung. Dow was waiting somewhere backstage. Dow was waiting for its cue, heading for a wreck. Screamed, hit the deck. Dow was waiting somewhere backstage. Dow was waiting for its cue. I was waiting for a break in my wind to slip in and on. Came a quell, the sails fell. Fall started looking good. Doubt stopped waiting, I started breaking, questioning where I stood. Convertible is gone now. I think it was just visiting the neighborhood from Tijuana. Came up on the I-5. It's on its way to Vancouver. They don't know you can't go to Vancouver anymore. The Canadians won't let us in because we have no national plan to deal with the pandemic of COVID. So they're locking down against us. So we're staying home. And we are celebrating the social distance. We are physically distancing, but we are carrying on human behavior of playing songs with each other in our little pods. For people who are outside our pods, 6 feet away, and many feet away through the net, through the internet, which folk singers like me used to talk trash about. And now it's the only thing that's keeping us alive and connected and financially viable and allowing us to buy groceries when we put our little card in the machine and it magically works. You just put your little card in the little machine and it works. It's fantastic. And it's all because we are playing songs through the internet and people put digidollars and digibuckets and those digibuckets go into my little card. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, I know there's smart people who went to college and everything like that, and they studied engineering and like small engineering, like very small, micro engineering of ones and zeros, to the point that it all works through this little cable that I see connected to the phone that goes to David's computer. You all can put a digidollar, and it comes out right into David's phone. It's going to end up right here in my hat. That's just amazing. It's just amazing. Thank you, by the way. We need it. We love it. We're going to keep the show rolling. Next week we have Core and Bolt. But there's one more stanza of this song. Thou came in on the avenue. Thou came in on a train. Thou came in screaming, hit the deck. Thou came in, headed for a wreck, screaming for a deck, so quick there wasn't much pain. Screaming metal, the squealing tracks, crunch echo in the air. Thou came in clear and cold, I could no longer care. Thank you very much, everybody. And our real audience here, which is real audiences everywhere. All I mean to say is the flesh and blood audience I can see, physically distanced but spiritually connected. And to everybody out there, we got Samantha and Reno always sticking with the show. We got Clay Freed, and I know Belliham's out there buying digital shots for anybody who's thirsty tonight. Henry's usually out there too. I hope Henry's in. Thank you everybody for being here tonight. And we had a long time listener, first time poster, Bill Chestnut down there in Fremont, California. We'd like to close with this one here. Remember the first time I heard this song in Charlie's Bar, right on the River Lee in Cork City. One of those songs you hear, and maybe by the time the third chorus comes around, there's a tear that's not just right here, but it's like it's making its way down the end of your chin. You better do something about it. It's by the great Hank Waddell of Cork City. Well, it's great to see you, because we thought you were dead. Did you come back to life? Did you get out of your bed? It's great to see you. Or is that your ghost? You thought you were gone. Burnt toast, it's great to see you. It's great to see you. Whisper nothing, sing softly on your ear. Try not to cut you. Moment that's here, shadow it might be. The feeling's clear. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. Great to see you. Are you gonna stay? Are you here for the long night? Are you leaving at the break of day? It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to be near you. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. Thanks to the Mammals, Mike and Ruthie, my friends of 25 years, and to David Penderloffman, my friend of something like 15 years. It's making all the digital things happen over here. Thanks to the neighbors who brought the flowers. Thanks to the neighbors who came to sit in the yard. The neighbors who brought the dogs. I'm telling you, there's a lot of beautiful dogs in this neighborhood over here on the north side of Seaholm Hill, the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state of the lower 48. We'll see you next week. It's all about the times we share.